Hey guys, what is going on? This is your old pal CHH. So today's video is just gonna be like a chill one. I was actually getting ready to watch there it is right there, Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter, because I got that from TerraVision. I'm gonna be doing I'll review that and all. And I just happened to check my Instagram real quick, and I had a DM. Somebody was asking me what my favorite releases were that I got of 2024, and if I did a video on it, which I don't remember if I did or I didn't. But my answer to the person was a lot of the cool Anchor Bay stuff I got last year. Now, not everything you're going to see here today is stuff I got last year. Some of it was. And I've been having so much fun collecting vintage Anchor Bay stuff. So I wanted to do a video today and show you guys what I think are 10 really cool Anchor Bay releases. And quite frankly, releases I think you should have in your collection. And I'm going to tell you something really important. A lot of these are still cheap. Some of these will get expensive. And I'm not saying it's because of me, but the farther time goes away, some of these will get up there. And I love some of these releases. So without further ado, let's get right into it. No particular order, but some of these are just wicked cool, and some are just absolutely legendary. With that being said, let's get started. I want to start with this one right here, guys. You're going to love this. The Ultimate Edition of Evil Dead. Look at the thickness. I know it. I know it. You guys love them thick. This is a really cool release. I actually did a full video review on this release, but let's have a gander. The art on the inside of this release is absolutely insane. It comes with a bunch of discs. It has a poster. Mine's missing the poster. Look at this. Look at that. There's the Ladies of the Evil Dead Ultimate Edition disc that comes in here from 1982. Evil Dead 2, full frame version, and then the widescreen version, and each one has cool artwork behind it. I'll show you one of them. Like the full frame version has the poster art behind it. The other one has Ash holding the axe behind it. It's just wicked cool. Really nice release. Very comprehensive release. And yeah, what can I say? Just how cool is that? I got this really cheap. If you want to get it complete, like with the poster and all, you'll probably pay 10% or 50% more. I was okay without, having the poster. So I got this at a really good price, but come on, man. Evil Dead. And it's funny because I just did a video. You guys probably saw it. It came out maybe like a week or so ago. Who knows? Because I film a lot of stuff. But it was sometime in the past, I did a ranking. And I was watching Evil Dead, and I watched this version. I didn't watch my 4K, I watched my Anchor Bay version. This one looked really good. And I watched the full frame version, because I think that's the way it was actually shot. But anyway, I wanted to put this over Evil Dead 2, but then I watched Evil Dead 2, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that. But I will say this. I can be convinced that Evil Dead is better than Evil Dead 2. Because there's things about this one that I just love. I think is amazing. So, yeah, this is a great release, guys. I think a lot of you would probably really get a kick out of this one if you can get it in your collection. I don't know if this is going to focus. There you go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this one. I didn't even know about this one. It came out in like 2007. Let me see. Yeah, 2007. So I was in high school when this came out, but I didn't get it. But yeah, guys, that's a great one. Highly recommend that release. What can I say? Next up, this release was one of my most successful videos last year, and I couldn't have been happier because it was about Night of the Living Dead, and I actually kind of made the video negative about it, but not really. You have to watch the video. It's called Anchor Bay's Most Hated DVD, which is so funny because here I am putting it in a 10 awesome Anchor Bay releases, but let me explain. Alright guys, so here is the 30th Anniversary Limited Edition Night of the Living Dead DVD. Again, I know you guys like them thick, so they're coming to get you again. Why is this awesome? Because this is still a piece of horror history. And I kind of want to do an addendum for what I said about that video. If you didn't see that video, I really recommend you check it out. Just type in Planet CHH, Anchor Bay, DVD, Hated, whatever. You'll see it. You'll see it. Long story short, John Russo added footage, albeit with Mr. Heinzman reprising his role as the original and greatest zombie of all time. And he changed the music. Now, I talked in that video about why and how, and if I thought it worked or not. But I do understand a little bit better now. This was a way for John to actually make money off of the movie. And I respect that. I understand that. Now, this release never really became available again, which is interesting. I don't even know if Anchor Bay made this version available again after it came out. But I do recommend getting the chunky version. Now, you can get a standard DVD case that'll be like a normal DVD case, and then there's this chunky version. Why do I recommend the chunky version? Because it does come with some cool additives. Like, you'll get a really cool booklet in here. And that booklet kind of explains everything. There's the priest that's added in the film. And there's Bill Heinzman reprising his role as a zombie. Kind of explains this version in this little booklet. And the reality is, the music for this isn't that bad. It doesn't work as good as the original score, but it's actually not bad music. And I even said that I liked it. I just think I would like it better outside of the movie. And it comes with that CD. So this is a piece of horror history. Good or bad, it's horror history. And I respect that. Now, will this be the way I watch the film? Probably not that often. But I do want people to know about this. And I want you guys to check out that video I did. But yeah. This is horror history right here. I do recommend this release. I do recommend it. There is a skinny version if you're not so concerned about the booklet or that, and you can get that really cheap. And I believe there's VHSs of this too. So check that video out, guys. Like I said, I was really happy with the way that video came out. All right, guys. So next up, I want to talk Halloween. You know, and there's tons of routes you could go for Halloween with Anchor Bay. The one I want to do is this. This was just a nice little release that they did. I'm going to stick with the chunky version right here. This is a Halloween release that has a, kind of foil cover. You've got Michael and then the pumpkin. I'm trying to see if I can get the pumpkin to show up very well, but it's hard to catch it. It changes so much. But, yeah, this is the limited edition release from 1999. Now, why this one? This is actually a better release than I thought. Number one, it does have the television version right there, which is important to me. Because I don't know if I don't think I have the actual just standard television version release. But then, of course, you get the movie right there. But what's cool about this is it does come with some extra stuff I want to show you guys. I said I was going to send this away to somebody. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't. You get this really cool 1999 Anchor Bay postcard. And then you get these title cards. So it's basically a special edition that came out after the television version was available, which includes both versions. So let's say you're just kind of wanting to get into Anchor Bay. Maybe you've seen some of the videos I've done, and you're like, you know what, that does look pretty fun. It's a relatively cheap hobby to have right now, getting into retro DVDs and Anchor Bay stuff. This can kind of knock off two birds with one stone. If you want to get an Anchor Bay Halloween release, and if you want to get the TV release, you get this chunky one, and you'll have both versions. And sometimes, you know what, I do want to watch the television version. I actually like those scenes in there. Like that scene where, Loomis is in there with the doctors around that room. It's good stuff, I think. So, alright guys, so this next one, if you can go out of your way to get this exact kind of copy, I think it's worth it. What version is that? I'm talking about His Name Was Jason. Now, I've done a documentary review on this, and I love those videos because a lot of people sent in pictures of their collection they had, or their release, and they were a part of that video because I wanted to show that these documentaries meant a lot to people. This documentary could be looked at as a joke a little bit because, we got Crystal Lake Memories after this, but this was the documentary a lot of us watched when it came out. And funnily enough, like this documentary, I watched it as I got into the series. I got this pretty much the year after it came out, which wasn't... I got it in 2010, and this came out in 2009? Early 2009, late 2008? 2008 is with the copyright date on it. But why do I say try to get this copy? Like, yeah, you can go online. I have my copy that I got. Now, I got this one later on. Shout out to my buddy Kyle. Get the one, not necessarily with the slip, but odds are, if it's going to have this stuff, it'll probably have the slip. What's so cool about this is, this release, when it came out, it did come with this amazing poster. And I do like the poster a lot. I need to get that framed because I do like that. I love that poster. But this is so cool, I can't help it. If you can find it with this, I love this. You got a rebate ticket, basically, for Friday the 13th, 2009, when this came out. And it's $5 off your ticket. Expires March 15th, 2009. Let me see if I can get a close-up of that for you guys. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Now, if you can get your hands on this, I recommend it, because look how just wicked cool that is. Yeah. So, if you go online and try to... I know some people actually use their ticket. I have friends that said, I used my ticket. So... And honestly, I still enjoy watching this documentary because it reminds me of getting into the series and how much it meant to me. I watched this before seeing all the Paramount 8s. So, this is a classic Anchor Bay release. And, yeah, I love it. And sticking with tradition, we talked about this in another video, and what was so great about this video is when I did this video review, you guys sent this video to Anthony Massey, and I'm talking about Halloween 25 Years of Terror, and I give so much credit to Anthony and those guys because they really pioneered the horror documentary that we know today. We want it to be long, we want it to be chronological, is that the word I'm looking for? And this documentary is amazing, and I don't know if this one has any extra special stuff in here. Let's see. Oh yeah, what am I saying? So, if you go online and get this, of course you'll have a chapter selection page. You know. But what's really cool is this. The Halloween Autopsy. It comes with a comic book. Look at this. It's an actual Halloween comic book. That is wicked cool, isn't it? So, again, I actually bought my copy at FYE used, and it didn't have either of these. So, I would recommend if you get this online to try to find, you know, the version like this that actually has the additives, because that's just really cool. So far, these are like... I just love talking about these. I just want to revisit these. Next up, guys, I actually want to talk to y'all about Cheerleader Camp. Cheerleader Camp is a fun little movie, and I remember the cast being good in this. Betsy Russell, Leif Garrett, Lucinda Dickey. That's who I remembered, Lucinda Dickey. Everybody loves her. Lori Griffin and Bonnie. Directed by John Quinn. Now, I don't know what happened and why this movie essentially is out of print. I think it might be one of those situations where this guy it's a one person that owns it, and they might have passed away or something, but it wasn't a studio-owned movie. Years later, I think it was owned by one person, and now it's just a mess on trying to get it. But Anchor Bay has this. Now, you can go online and find this. Now, I got this. I don't even remember when I got this. But if you get this complete, it'll have this. Bloody pom-poms, and then a cool write-up. So, I mean, above all else, I say check out Cheerleader Camp. I like the movie. It's actually a fun little 80s horror film. I think it came out in like 88. Yeah, late 80s. But for some reason, this is it, guys. I don't know. I believe Michael Felcher actually talked about it. I think he said this was a case of like the rights are kind of like in limbo because it wasn't a studio-owned movie. So, you know, it is what it is. Next up, guys, I want to talk to y'all about this release, because even though the Scream Factory release is great, I do love the Day of the Dead release that Anchor Bay did. What's so cool is you'll see Bub right here. Actually, he velcros off. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I thought you guys would like that. And then it opens up. Now, if you get it complete, and again, guys, I got this at a Second and Charles. I got it for like $6. And it comes with this awesome book. which is basically like a making of. Look at this. And the stuff that's in here is amazing. There's so much stuff. They have the Roger Ebert review in here. And Roger Ebert actually gave it a positive review, but he did say, he told Romero, stop while you're ahead. And I think Romero kind of took his word at that, because he didn't do a Living Dead film for many, many, many years. But if you get it, try to get it with this book, because it's really, really cool, and it's full of stuff in there. And then you've got the chapter selection on the back. And there's a whole disc just for bonus materials. So, and I think I don't know, I'd have to look, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually stuff on here that's not on the Scream Factory release. I mean, maybe not. But there's a whole disc for special features on this. So, yeah, I love this release. What can I say? And this is one of those Divamax releases that you don't see Anchor Bay on there except for right here at the back. Oh, or it's on the side, excuse me. But this is an awesome release. I think people would be surprised how good, some of these actually look on the TVs, like 4K. Put them in the 4K push one TVs. Like, for instance, I was going to do a video about this soon, but I was going to get another release to compare it to. The color version of Night of the Living Dead, I watched that, and it's a 2004 remaster DVD, and I just think you'd be surprised that it looks pretty good when you put it on 4K TVs and 4K players. So, okay, guys, now this one's really cool. And the thing that's cool about the one I have is it actually has the sticker on it. The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I love this movie, and I've told this story a couple times. But when I was watching The Rise of Leslie Vernon, I actually was saying this is the stupidest movie I've ever seen. And then the ending got me, because I was like, why would he allow... And I don't want to spoil it in case anybody hasn't seen it. This is a really good movie. This is one of those movies from the 2000s that is kind of a standout. Like, it's just good. And I really like the guy who... Nathan Bassel. I think they should do a sequel. I'm usually against just like, hey, they should do a sequel. I don't like saying that every time, but I think this movie's so good that they can do a sequel and do it right. And they can bring Robert Englund back for it. But this Anchor Bay version has this door that opens up, and it's got all kinds of like reviews and stuff on the front. But if you look right there, let's see if I can get that to focus. There's a Circuit City ad, exclusive Hatchet sneak peek DVD. So of course, this is Anchor Bay. And I don't even know if Circuit City's around anymore. I think they're probably around a little bit, but... So, I got this at my used DVD store, or my game exchange, for like $4. So on the inside, you get the movie, obviously. And check that out. A Hatchet sneak peek disc. How wicked cool is that? Are you kidding? So, it's just so cool. So, yeah, the Behind the Mask Rise of Leslie Vernon DVD is really, really cool. And you gotta love that extra touch right there with the door. So next up, guys, we have two left. And this one, I gotta be honest, I'd never even seen it until I saw it at the flea market that I go to. Shout out Zach, my buddy Zach. And I got this for $1. Army of Darkness. Look at that artwork. I know you guys love that artwork. So I did watch this. It looks pretty good. Again, like, of course, having the 4K is the best way to enjoy this title. But I love this artwork because it's... I don't know, it's like not great, but at the same time, it's awesome. You know what I mean? And I think Army of Darkness came out again from Anchor Bay, but maybe not. I think maybe the parent company might have put it out from this point on. This was 1999. But you got Ash right there with his face, and then you see the skeletons at the top. And there's the back. Now, in terms of some features, there is some stuff on here. They actually have a widescreen and full-frame version. But that's kind of the way a lot of old DVDs were. They gave you an option, because not all TVs were formatted yet. So, And then on the inside, you get a chunky title card. This thing's like a bulletproof case. Great image on the back. And this one's just kind of, I just think, you know, because Army of Darkness is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And I got to see what else Anchor Bay did. This might have been it, though. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look into it. But I just thought that cover art is so wacky that most of you guys would get a kick out of it. So, there's that. And last but not least, and by the way, if you guys enjoy this, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do more. Last but not least, guys, I want to talk to you about Masters of Horror. Look at that. This is a Volume 1 box set. Now, the reason I recommend these is because Masters of Horror actually had some really good stuff. I think that any show has some bad episodes, right? But most shows have some really good episodes, and with Masters of Horror, there's actually some great stuff in here. And I was looking at the back of this. There's a lot of special features and audio commentaries with the directors, including John Carpenter. But Volume 1, Season 1, Volume 1 has some great stuff, and there's a Season 1, Volume 2 that I have as well. But I really wanted to show you guys this. Now, in terms of box sets, I don't think they did these kinds of box sets for Season 2. And I'll tell you guys this as well. There's actually Blu-rays for Masters of Horror. There's like 4 volumes. But there's some really good ones on Season 1. For instance, John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns. Dance of the Dead with Robert Englund is great. It's a really great show, and I think it's going to find its second wind audience soon. I think, you know what's funny is I think if somehow Shudder could put Masters of Horror on their site, people would love it. But I think you could stream this probably on some sites, maybe like on Tubi or Plex or something. But you can get these cheap, and I recommend these box sets that Anchor Bay did because they're good quality. And there's some good ones, guys. It really is. So I wanted to recommend that. But that's 10, guys, that I think are awesome and must-own Anchor Bay releases. And I'd love to do more. If you guys want to do like a box set version, Anchor Bay box sets, I'd love to do that. Or if you want me to do a Volume 2 to this, please let me know, guys. I really do love Anchor Bay. And I'm still learning about things that the company did. And, you know, when I look back on 2024, I'm reminiscing on so many great releases I got and ended up becoming my favorite, not only videos I did, but some of my best performing stuff. So clearly there is an audience out there for, you know, this sort of stuff. So yeah, guys, I wanted to do a video about that. And if you have any questions on those, let me know. And if you have these, let me know what you think about some of those titles. So thank you guys for watching this. I really appreciate it. This is your old pal CHH. God bless you guys, and I'll see y'all very, very soon. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.